This utter legend of a man is Niall Harbison. Born in Northern Ireland, he was a private chef cooking for celebrity clients on super yachts by his early 20s. After conquering the seas, he moved back to dry land and, as an early adopter of social media, built and sold 2 major PR and marketing companies before moving to Thailand in 2018 in search of a quieter life. Even though he was financially set, Niall struggled to find purpose, until he began feeding stray dogs around the island of Koh Samui. Soon he was looking after hundreds of them, and over the last 4 years he's built a dog charity, sanctuary and hospital with the aim of helping and rehoming thousands more. He's also written about his experiences, topping the Sunday Times bestseller list twice, and he's just completed a global tour of speaking events. He is a worldwide phenomenon, a social media master, he loves dogs, and crucially, he's a massive United fan. And despite his insane schedule, Niall kindly took the time to chat to us during a recent trip to Manchester.
Niall, firstly, thank you very, very much for your time. You're an unbelievably busy man. Really appreciate you coming to take the time to speak to us today. You're a United fan originally from Northern Ireland, and we will come to the football. But firstly, if you could give us your story in your own words.
Yeah, well, I saved dogs in Thailand very randomly. So I'm sitting in Manchester, and it feels like Thailand today, a little bit, which is unusual. No, I saved dogs in Thailand, but I suffered from alcohol. I was an alcoholic, depression, anxiety in my previous life. Worked in media, and then I moved to Thailand to escape the sort of rat race and just try and create a new life. And then when I was over there, ended up in hospital and changed my life. I said I need to do something meaningful, so I started saving dogs.
What is it about dogs that's so special? It pulled you in?
I love their loyalty and their simplicity and the fact that they live in the moment, and they're just, they're really simple, beautiful creatures.
Are you aware of the importance of dogs in United's history?
I'm actually not, so I'd love to hear that.
Okay, I'll give you a quick history lesson. So go back to 1901. Yeah. Club captain Harry Stafford had a St. Bernard called Major, and Major basically went missing in Manchester. He was found by John Henry Davies, a wealthy local businessman who wanted a dog, but he did the right thing. He put an ad out, dog found. That put him in touch with Harry Stafford. And United, or Newton Heath at the time, were in huge financial ruin. So Major, going for a little wander on his own, brought together Ailing Club, wealthy benefactor. Within a year, the club had changed from Newton Heath to Man United. Within 10 years, we're playing at Old Trafford.
That's unbelievable.
And the rest is history. So really,
a dog.
It is absolutely the club for you, isn't it?
Jesus, that's like an added bonus for supporting it. I never knew that. What a great story.
It's perfect for you, isn't it? Yeah. So how did you come to support United?
Well, I think a lot of people indoctrinated really by my dad. My dad was what age is he? 70, 71, 70, 71. So he's George Best, and that's what. So he would have obviously gone through some bad times in the 70s as well, following them. So he got me into them. But luckily, my support coincided with wonderful success. It would have been 17, 18, no, maybe 20 when the treble. So I mean, I've known the very, very best at times.
Well, that's it. You're almost spoiled for choice, aren't you? What stands out as your main memories, your favourite memories of supporting United?
I mean, the treble is very obvious, but it's nearly too obvious. It is still the big one, the treble. I mean, I remember that night it still doesn't even feel as if it's real. So, I mean, the treble, Barcelona, unbelievable. And it was the sense of, it was over maybe the course of 2 weeks, wasn't it? Or it was the course of a week. Beat Spurs on the Saturday.
3 trophies in 11 days.
And then Newcastle was kind of easy, wasn't it? It wasn't so that was done. And then it was like, my God, now it's on, But I remember the Spurs game was not easy. That was like, I think we might have been 1-0 down, a loopy like Ferdinand header or something. And then that was a tough, and you wouldn't have won the league if it wasn't for it. So that was, and I remember how stung I was still from West Ham in 93 or 94, was it? So
94, 95.
Yeah, 94, 95. So I still had that in my mind, the hurt of that day, the shock. I was thinking that could happen with Spurs. But then, so the emotions of that 1 week were just, and that's before you even talk about the night itself. Like, I mean, that was the most depressing watch I think ever. For 90 minutes, wasn't it? We were useless. Like we were. So yeah, unbelievable.
So do you remember where you watched it?
Yeah, in a pub in Ireland, proper pub in the I was still on the floor when the second goal went in, sort of, like in a mass of bodies somewhere. I couldn't process it. It was. But I just remember it was a really we were just brutal.
In mitigation, obviously, Keane's goals both banned, but then Giggs to the right, back into the centre. So you're losing the best midfield forward in history, aren't you? So I mean, to pull it off in spite of all that is miraculous, isn't it?
It really was, and just how big the pitch was and everything, the new club. So we got out. I don't know how we pulled it off. It just shows you how hard it is to do a treble. Like it's
unbelievable. So okay, then. So how, knowing the teams that you've seen, so I'll put you on the spot. So which is your favourite? The '94 double team, '99 treble, or the 07-08 double?
I don't think it's a popular answer, but I think 07-08 were just unbelievable. I just think that season, like Ronaldo was banging them. My friends bets on the scores a lot. We're betting on Ronaldo to score was like a free money. Like he was scoring in every game, and he was scoring 2 in a lot of games. Like he was unbelievable, and it annoys me a bit the sort of disrespect he get. Like the second coming of him coming back wasn't fantastic. Like it was okay, but we're in a bad place. But he was unbelievable, and Rooney and Tevez even and Partey, they were just ferocious. That team.
Just everywhere you turn, they didn't concede goals, couldn't stop scoring.
There's that famous picture of them in the black jerseys. I don't know who that was. There's like 5 of them in a row. It's like
Scholes, the FA Cup final against Arsenal.
Giggs, Ferdinand, Rooney, and they're just all like specimens. Like it just. I think for me they were the most impressive. I wouldn't want to have faced them in their prime.
If you don't mind an observation, you've had a lot of upheaval in your life, haven't you? Personally, professionally, geographically. But United's been a constant through that, hasn't it? Has it been a source of comfort in a way at times?
Not recently, it hasn't. It's been like it nearly put me back on the drink, to be honest. It's like no, it is. I mean, it's lovely to watch them to play. And I lived here in Manchester for about a year, and it was Van Gaal and Mourinho, and there was a very bad atmosphere around the club. It was you go to the games and the fans still expected the beautiful football and the 4-0s and Fergie, and it was rebuilding a couple of times, and I just didn't really enjoy going to the stadium. It wasn't a good fan base. I don't want to criticize ourselves, but it just was a very turbulent time at the club. But I love the ups and downs. I mean, we'll get back to success soon, and it'll mean all the more when you've been through this,
Life's not just great all the time, is it?
Well, and look, it was for 95 to 2010. You'd have the odd blip, but life was pretty good for 15 years or whatever that was.
And even now, still winning trophies.
Yeah, I love that. I think trophies are very, very important. Like that's why you play the game. You play to win the trophy. I mean, it's not great sitting 17th or whatever in the league, but you'll be judged on your trophies.
And of course, as you said, you're based over in Thailand at the moment. How big are United out there?
Enormous. Like it's the same as like Ireland, where I grew up, as United and Liverpool. And there's actually a bit of Leeds in Ireland, because I think they were quite big in the 70s, and so there's a few fathers have got the kids. So, but Thailand is like, people here will be delighted to hear this. I haven't seen one City jersey. You only see United or Liverpool, and you might see one Arsenal or one Chelsea very rarely, but you'll never see a City one. So that's music to a lot of people's ears, hopefully.
How has that been for you? Obviously, down the recent years, a bit of a dip, obviously, in our fortunes. Liverpool, I believe you work very closely with a Liverpool fan named Earth.
Yeah.
Is he a good winner?
He is, actually.
Oh, wow.
He's a very good winner. He's sort of gracious with it, and he's a very nice guy, and I was nearly happy for him. Do you know what I mean? Because I know Liverpool are big rivals and all that, but I still think of them as proper fans. And the Arsenal fan base kind of annoy me a bit. They're a bit entitled, or just that. Whereas Liverpool they're Northern City. They've been through the same. I'd still love to rather beat them, obviously, but I do respect their fans.
Begrudgingly.
Say again. Begrudgingly, absolutely.
Focusing back on yourself, you've lived obviously many different lives. Is this your favourite?
Oh, by far. Working with dogs and talking to you about United doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, I love the dogs. The dogs are just Magic. They just put me in a good mood. It's not easy, but I do enjoy it. Yeah.
And when you get back to Thailand, what's the next step and what's the end goal?
Well, it's just there's 10 million street dogs in Thailand, so it's very hard for people in this part of the world to understand. But it's getting the numbers down and really raising awareness and trying to change as many of their lives as possible, which is hard. And then the I'm usually too tired now these days to watch because the games are on at about 2 or 3 in the morning, which is a disaster. That's the worst time possible. But so they're easy enough to miss at the moment. I'm not too bothered, but hopefully United will be successful, and I'll have to start sitting up for them.
And most importantly, what can people do to help?
Just follow along. I feel like if people follow on Instagram or anywhere like that, they'll see the dogs. I never like asking for donations or stuff, but people find a way to just follow along, and there's a few happy stories.
Amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do. It's amazing what you're putting out into the world. Thank you so much.